Grenada ist wie eine wunderschöne Jungfrau, deren Busen in Blut ist, während wird ihr Körper Stück für Stück verhökert. Grenada is like a young maiden whose bosom is laid bare, while her body is bargained piece by piece. Stick around, I will explain. Now, I'm sure you guys remembered and will never forget about 2 weeks ago when I had to reprimand Mr. Colin Dow. And I pretty much accused him of being a political hack. Well, guess what? Like many of things I have said in the past, I think I have been proven right again. Now take a look at this. And they ain't even ashamed about it. 2 weeks after, they just rewarded him as chairman of NADMA. Take a look at this. So it is quite clear that the gentleman was singing for his supper. And boy, was he fed. And that is only what we see. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. So they all are descending on this, as I said, like vultures to dead carcasses. Now they know this is last minute Raft time. Because as politics can be unpredictable, no one knows what the future beholds. But with such a performance and an administration riddled with incompetence, the writing is on the wall. So instead of doing the wise thing, like some wise and tactical men will do when you're on a burning ship, you try to get off. But no, there are some that is so ideologically blind, they will stay on the ship and raft as much as they could raft before finally they will be forced to go overboard. And that is exactly what happened in 1983. So you see now, I just heard. So when I told you that the NDC is riddled with socialist Marxist leftists, and it is hijacked by socialist Marxists, boy, you don't even understand the extent to which that is true. Now, after taking horrible advice from socialist Marxists in how to deal with the diplomatic row between the US and Venezuela, guess what? You would think that they would have learned. Now, they just another communique saying that Mr. Kennedy Roberts, another socialist Marxist, would be leading and would be the lead official in negotiations with external institutions, organizations, and governments as it pertains to MOUs that the government has signed. Now, ain't that interesting? So they take another socialist Marxist to represent them. Boy, the socialist Marxists in Grenada now, probably they all have a hard on because they may all feel like they have some axe to grind. Okay? For the horrible defeat in 83 on every level, they may feel that they have some axe to grind. Or they even have an axe that they can grind. But again, that's to tell you how unstrategic and unwise these people are. At least back then, they had the benefit of certain military hardware and other assets, if you know what I mean. Now they don't have none of that. Okay? But they think that they could stand up and play brave. Yeah! But let me tell you what wise, tactical, and strategic men. Okay, there was one or two among them. Don't get it twisted. There were one or two among them. But I'll tell you who they are. They didn't follow them and stay on the burning ship and sunk. They jumped off the burning ship. Early in the game, they understood. And those who didn't understand early, towards the last minute when they understood, said, no, we don't want to be part of that. And I'll tell you about those. For example, the gentleman, I think he was a captain or so, who actually would have been part of the platoon that headed to the fort, said, look, I don't want to go on the fort. I don't want to do that. So under duress, they made the gentleman lead one of them BTR on the fort. And that is why that gentleman was able to not serve any jail time post 83. And the gentleman was able to live a nice, comfortable life, join church, raise a family, and live in the sun. Now, he was a smart gentleman. He said, look, I don't want to go to the fort because that gentleman understood what was possible. Okay? He was able to predict what could have happened if armed soldiers went to the fort. And so said, so done. There was another gentleman, a major, not the short one I like to talk, not that one. a tall, slim one. Okay? When he realized what was happening, he said, you see me? Let me get out of this nonsense. He left them and he went back to his hometown in St. Mark's and went and talked with the priest and chilled. Because he knew again, because he had some tactical and strategic thinking, he knew again where this thing was heading while these Bajan and them in the south, in tongue, was making confusion and causing problems. He knew where this was going to head. And he said, look, I want no part of this. So he went home to St. Mark's, went to the priest and chilled. There was another gentleman. Well, he said he didn't really understand what was going on until the last minute. Mr. Ramdani. I can call his name now because he has since passed. This gentleman, when he realized what was going on, he said, look, I ain't want no part of this. He went to them and he said, look, hold your pistol. I don't want your pistol. And he gave in his weapon and stayed out of their bacchanal and confusion because he again knew where this thing was headed. But them Bajan and them, who obviously had no sense of strategic thinking, could not have predicted where this thing would have headed. And like raging bulls, without sense, they ran into a wall. So while the short major had a big braggart, the tall, slim major, guess what? In 1983, when the shit hit the fan and D-Day came, guess what he did? He was in the thick of it. Okay? Crawling on the ground and wrecking the building in Busheshu. Okay? He was in the thick of it. Ask the other major where he was. Ask him where he was. Ask the big North Union bully where he was. Ask him where he was. When he come and talk loud and try to bully Grenadians. Ask the other one where he was. Ask him. The big time lawyer, ask him where he was. His comrade fell and gave his blood for Grenada. Again, when it came to Busheshu, who they come and mobilize? Real cock and balls men, carnage men, and tongue men, and the lieutenant from tongue, God rest his soul, Lieutenant Hippolyte. These are the men that went back to Busheshu. Where they was. Okay? Where they was. That is why we had to chase this guy. This big mouth union bully. That's why we had to chase him away from Till Street. He don't deserve to be around real cock and balls men. That's why we chased him out and he went somewhere in Woodlands or something and live in a Marshall house. That's why we chased him out. He don't deserve to be around real cock and balls men. But he come with a big old deep voice and try to confuse, okay? Trying to confuse a new generation of youth with a big old deep voice. And trying to bully Grenadians and stifle real debate. That's why I tell you, nobody had to tell me about them, you know? And nobody had to tell me anything about this, you know. I know. But they're here. They're here to manipulate you and fool you. They're here to play games with you guys. You don't know them. You don't know them. But you would think at least after you see they horribly dropped the ball, okay, in terms of giving you advice on the US-Venezuela spat, you come again and you hire another socialist Marxist ambassador. Okay? You come and you hire him to be in charge, lead, to negotiate your MOUs. How do you think they're going to negotiate? They're going to negotiate with a mentality and an ideology of socialist Marxist thinking. Erroneous philosophies that they learned from 79 to 83. Because ain't much you could learn in 4 years. Okay? Ain't much you could learn in 4 years. And again, they display that they knew so much. They go and get like a 6 months course or like a year course somewhere in Cuba or in Czechoslovakia, North Korea or Russia. And they think they know so much. That they were so rude and disrespectful to the people who were helping them. This is how ungrateful these people are. You hear them talk about, oh, we should just show up in meeting. That is the guy who was helping them from Cuba. Helping the armed forces. But They're vexy showing up. They got to think they know. That's how ungrateful and disrespectful these people are. That is why you see the same sort of attitude and mentality is permeating through this current administration. Because look at the benefactors. You think they're going to learn anything properly? That is why they want to be antagonistic to the United States, who has a medical school in Grenada that contributes 100 million US to the economy every year. You do 30% imports, exports with them. But you want to be antagonistic to them. No, that is a wise policy and a wise approach to governance and to diplomacy. So now, as I said, they get another socialist Marxist ambassador to lead the charge in negotiating the MOUs. As if they think now they can bargain from some position of strength. You think you could bargain now from some position of strength? They're going to hardball you because you already make your decision and your choices early in the game. You played your hand too early. So what do you think they're going to do now? They're going to hardball you. You can understand that? You don't see that? But wasn't up in Montparnasse, them big honchos and them went and hide during 83? Why they left Grenadian young men and women on the battlefield? In the south and all over the place and in Pearls? Wasn't there they went and hide up in Montparnasse? Yeah. You kids, your adoration and your misplaced infatuation and romanticizing of the PRG is misplaced. You guys are looking for love. You young cats are looking for love in all the wrong places. You are looking for love in all the wrong places. That's why I say to you, parents, be careful. Raise your children carefully. Show them love so that they don't go out looking for love in all the wrong places. You know what's interesting? All the real men of guts are the most quietest men. You guys wouldn't even know who they are. They don't say a word. Have no fear. Don't you worry. The sons and daughters of Grenada will liberate you. The time is coming soon. It's coming very soon. They're going to have to go to the polls. And the sons and daughters of Grenada would liberate you. I am guaranteeing you they're going to be more aware, more educated this time around when they go to the polls. They're not going to fall for bucket chucks, utility bucket chucks, going in the evening and pick fruits by the side of the road. They ain't going to fall for all them gimmicks anymore. You ain't going to give them pennies on the dollar while you live lofty and live the good life and they suffer. Sons and daughters of Grenada will answer the call. They will answer Grenada's prayer. That beautiful maiden would not be exposed for too long. We will cover her shame and we will liberate Grenada. I promise you.
Oh, Grenada, how have you been laid bare? Red dirt on your shoulders, salt in your hair. My beautiful maiden, stripped at her open breast, ships cut through your harbors, iron on your chest. But your sons and daughters will rise for you, bare feet on the hill in the morning dew. Voices like thunder through rusted air. We will cover your shame, we will answer this prayer. Oh, Grenada, we'll liberate you. Rum stains on the table, ash in the sugar cane, old flags in the gutters, new songs in the rain. They bargained your body, piece by quiet piece. We carry your stories, we won't sign that release. 'Cause your sons and daughters will rise for you, bare feet on the hill in the morning dew. Voices like thunder through rusted air. We will cover your shame, we will answer this prayer. Oh, Grenada, we'll liberate you from the cold, cold fields to the broken here. Every wound you hide, we are standing here. Hey, we are salt and soil, we are blood and blue. Every cut you've taken, we are coming through. All your sons and daughters will rise for you, bare feet on the hills in the morning dew. Voices like thunder through rusted air. We will cover your shame, we will answer this prayer. Oh, Grenada, oh, Grenada, we will liberate you.
Fit for Life and Allied Laboratories, providing quality care and expertise. Fit for Life and Allied Laboratories, see our in-house doctors and our pharmacies. Get expert care and quality tests. When it comes to your health, you deserve the best.